No, Mr. Krabs, I'm sorry I was late. I was watching the Only Ma Jay, and you know what? Never mind. If you watched him, you would understand.
Yo, okay, so I got something to talk about. Okay, so if you're wondering what this video is mostly about, of course, if you read by the title, of course, it's about Final Fantasy 7, because I know there's a lot of Final Fantasies or whatnot. So I'm gonna let it be known right now, in this video there is not going to be gameplay of this game that's behind me. But the game that is behind me is the series of Final Fantasy VII that I wanted to start with. A little bit of backstory, okay? I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I played it just for the fun of it, because I wanted, like, I've always wanted to play a Final Fantasy game because I knew it was like hella, so I was like, I gotta see you know what the hype is about. I played Final Fantasy 15. I didn't like it. The one with Noctis, I didn't like it. I feel like the gameplay was slow. The story was taking a long time. You gotta drive everywhere. I wasn't fucking with it. I feel like of course it felt like a grindy game, but it was like, bro, I'm not trying to grind this. I'm trying to see what this story talking about. I wanted a pure story game. And so the character Cloud, I play Smash. I seen that Cloud was on it. Sephiroth is on Smash. So I was like, you know what? Cool. Let me see what their story is talking about. I got Final Fantasy VII Remake, played the whole game, right? I just finished it like maybe 3 days ago or whatever, right? I was like, and as soon as I finished it, if y'all know, or if people who have played Final Fantasy VII, if you seen, like, if you played it and you seen the ending, I was like, as soon as the ending happened, I was like, bro, I gotta see what the hell's after. I gotta see. Before I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, I watched a little video of like everything you need to know before you play Final Fantasy VII Remake, right? Watched it. I got a little bit of skim. I found out who some characters were. Like him. I found out who he was. I found out how Cloud got his sword. Right? It's kind of blurry. It's kind of blurry a little bit or whatever. But it was like a skim through. It was like, okay, this happened. Like, it was kind of like things of just important factors. Like, I feel like there was more small shit in there that I really need to know to really understand these characters, right? When I was playing Final Fantasy VII, the whole time, I'm like, Sephiroth is a hard ass villain, bro. When I was playing this shit, like, every time a cutscene will pop up, even the fucking gay one with Cloud dancing and shit, and with the one rainbow dude dancing or whatever, I was like, bro, I'm like, bro, like, I want to make a series on, like, I wish I would have started a series on the shit. As I'm playing it, I'm really sitting here thinking, I'm like, okay, I got two choices. One, I could start a series on this game right now and watch a video like recapping up until where I am, or I can just say, you know what, I'm gonna finish this whole game and then I'm gonna start this one and I'm gonna watch the video recap of the whole thing. Okay, so which is what I decided to go with. Like I said, I found out who this guy was. I didn't really find out exactly who Sephiroth is, so like, it's kind of like in Final Fantasy VII, I really don't understand why Cloud was having all those visions and shit, which I feel like that is something, there's a reason for that way like prior or something, maybe, I don't know, but like, I didn't understand why he was having like these illusions and his head was getting fucked up like how he was or whatever. Maybe this video that we're finna watch can show that on what I'm talking about, because people who haven't watched or played Final Fantasy VII Remake, you know, they probably like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? But, you know, hopefully he shows that shit or whatever. But I want to find out more about Sephiroth, because he, like, this nigga looked clean as hell for me not to know shit about him. This game that they're playing, Crisis Core, basically that game is the backstory to everything. And I didn't even know this game existed until after I played Final Fantasy VII, and I asked my friend Zay. I was like, okay, so what game should I play after this? Do I go into Final Fantasy VII automatically into Rebirth? Because best believe we play in Rebirth also, not until after this game. But and he was like, nah, play Crisis Core if you haven't already. I was like, oh shit. I was like, what is this? He was like, it's basically the story of before. It's basically the story of before Final Fantasy VII, just remastered kind of basically, cause it's a reunion. And I was like, oh shit, like I didn't even know this game invented. I would have played this shit before I would have played Final Fantasy VII Remake if I would have knew about it. But you know, but he said it's kind of better somewhat if you play Reunion after you play Final Fantasy VII Remake. So I was like, all right, bet, cool. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into the shit, and as it's going on, I'm gonna talk about it. That way I feel like I'll be able to get more exactly on what the hell I'm saying, if that makes sense. All right. So this is the video we're gonna react to: Final Fantasy VII Remake full story recap. It's 18 minutes long, so it's gonna get me past it's gonna be a decent sized video. It's gonna be a decent sized duration video or whatever. But like I said, as this is going, I might make some pauses every now and then, maybe not, you know, as they're talking about it. I might sit there and talk about my experience with a certain part of the event. You know, it's just gonna be a cool little video because y'all are learning about this, and I'm getting not only a recap of the game, but you know, also, you know, I'm basically informing y'all. That way when I play Crisis Core or whatever, y'all aren't just sitting there and like just y'all know the same things that I know. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay. Wait, I just realized y'all niggas can't hear it, huh? Ah, shit. I forgot that this desktop audio shit. Okay, my fault. I'll make some edits. Hopefully, you know. I just sat there and got through a whole
Shinra this, Mako that, and what
now,
the
right? Hopefully,
is Red 13. We're days away from players getting their hands on the next chapter of the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy, Rebirth, which will dive into a large chunk of the original game's story. But there's been so much story already that even if you played Remake back in 2020, you might need a refresher. That's me. I need the refresher. So let's go on this journey together as we recap the story so far, leading up to the opening moments of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Disc-shaped city comprising of VII Remake takes place in Midgar, a floating disc-shaped city comprising of 8 sectors. Those that can afford it live above the disc, and those that can't live beneath it. Shinra is not only the private corporation that oversees the distribution of electricity in Midgar, but is also its governing body. Its stranglehold over the city takes physical form in the shape of its Mako reactors, one powering each of the sectors of Midgar. The game opens up on an attack on one of these reactors by the freedom fighting group Avalanche. Dubbed eco-terrorists by Shinra, Avalanche is trying to destabilize the company, as it understands that the process of the life force, or Mako, being harvested from the earth below is slowly killing it. This squad is composed of Jesse, Wedge, Biggs, Barrett, and hired mercenary Cloud, a defected soldier in Shinra's army. Cloud is just in it for the payday, while the rest of the quintet are willing to risk their lives for the cause. The group successfully sets off a small bomb to destroy the reactor, but Shinra sets off a ton more bombs, so that Avalanche will take the fall for so much wanton destruction. As the group escapes, Cloud has a vision of his once mentor turned adversary Sephiroth.
They do. Like I don't get why he was having these visions, is what I'm saying. I don't get why he was having these visions. And I like the whole game I'm trying to figure this shit out. Like why the fuck is this nigga keep popping up in his head? I'm like, pause. And I'm just trying to figure out. I'm like, maybe a long time ago he got some shit planted, you know, like I don't know, some type of drug or some shit to where he gets visions.
Basically kicks him while he's down by dragging up some past trauma. Cloud then runs into a woman selling flowers, Aerith, and through her, he is able to see hooded ghosts.
I'm letting you know right now, and niggas can get mad at me. I don't give a damn. I do not fuck with Aerith. I fuck with Tifa. I do not fuck with Aerith. Aerith pissed me off, bro. In a scene in Cloud's in Final Fantasy VII remake, there was a fucking scene where she was trying her hardest. Niggas who played know exactly what I'm talking about. She tried her hardest to try to get a high five out this nigga, and this nigga was not going for it. And what pissed me off, okay, if she tries one time and doesn't go, that's fine. But she kept on going back over and over and over and over again, and it just started getting fucking like, it started getting cringy as hell. I was like, bro, that's just corny.
Flying in the air. I wonder what that's about. Cloud
okay,
meets
that makes
up
it
with
seem like I'm hating. That makes it seem like I just don't fuck with her because she tried getting a high five. Like, there's more scenes, there's more to it. One, I don't fuck with her drip. I'm a hater, okay? I'm hating on her. I'm gonna keep it a bean buck with you. I don't fuck with her drip. I don't fuck with her personality. I just don't. It's corny. It's corny. And I get it. Final Fantasy VII is a game that there's a lot of exaggeration. You know, a lot of like I said, exaggeration, emotion poured into these characters, which is cool. But her shit is just corny as fuck, bro.
The rest of Avalanche, and they make it to the slums of Sector 7, where the headquarters, a bar named 7 Heaven, is located. This bar is owned by Tifa, who is also a childhood friend of Cloud.
Like, damn, she just better. She just better, bro. I remember I told my friend Zay that I don't fuck with. I don't fuck with Aerith. He was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, bro. I don't like. Is that not normal? Like, y'all niggas fuck with her? Like, y'all can fuck with her, cool. You know that's what y'all gonna do. But at the end of the day, I'm Team Tifa. I'm Team Tifa. At the end of the day, bro."
Clouds. The next day, after Tifa and Cloud do some odd jobs around the town to justify remake's length, despite the portion of the original game it covers only being several hours long, Jessie approaches Cloud with another mission she needs help with. Cloud, Jessie, Biggs, and Wedge head topside, where they run into Shinra soldiers and their commander, Roche, after deeming Cloud a worthy opponent.
Don't get me wrong, her shit's ass. But she knew how to speak that hot shit to Cloud. That's what a lot of these girls, I ain't gonna lie. Cloud gotta understand, bro. Cloud gotta know how the game work, bro. You know, he was getting the hot shit spit to him way too many times, bro, and he was letting it get to him. You know, Jessie would say some small shit like I want to go somewhere with you or whatever. This nigga would drop draws, like, bro, damn near, you know?
Roche retreats when his sweet bike takes one too many hits.
Bro, Jessie
takes the group to her parents' house, where they swipe her dad's Shinra employee access card. Their plan is to raid a nearby depot for supplies for the next mission. At the supply depot, they encounter opposition, including Roche, who just couldn't wait to take Cloud on again. They are assisted by the real Avalanche, and it's at this point where it's revealed that Barrett's group is an offshoot that was made excommunicado for being too extreme.
Wait, what? Hold on.
They are assisted by the real Avalanche, and it's at this point where it's revealed that Barrett's group is an offshoot that was made excommunicado for being too extreme.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't even remember that shit. Mind, like I said, there was a whole month, there was like several months gap that I did not play Final Fantasy VII. So this beginning part it's coming back to me. The group that he has right now that consists of Jessie, Wedge, or whatever, they were basically banned. They're excommunicado from the actual group. Okay.
Says the group with the assault rifles and heavily armored troops. Cloud, Jessie, Biggs, and Wedge make it back to the Sector 7 slums with the supplies to take down another Mako reactor. While trying to get a good night's sleep after an evening of corporate subterfuge, Cloud is woken up by Tifa. The ghosts are back, and they're swarming the slums.
I didn't even understand this shit. Like, I know they popped up at the beginning with Aerith, when you first seen Aerith, but I just didn't understand what the fuck these things like were why the fuck were they always just so like, you know? But then, you know, it gets explained later on, but
motion, Jessie sprains her ankle, leaving her unable to join the next mission. Barrett hires Cloud to take her place. Seriously, what are these ghosts up to? The next day, after overcoming several obstacles in order to reach the reactor, the group plants the bomb, now equipped with a remote detonator rather than a timer, but must face off against a new Shinra weapon of mass destruction, the Airbuster. The ensuing fight ends up separating Cloud from the rest of the group. After having some more visions of Sephiroth, I get it, dude. Bro, I can't stop thinking about him either. Cloud is discovered by Aerith once again.
I'm sorry, my nigga. What did you just say?
I get it, dude. I can't stop thinking about him either. Cloud is discovered by Aerith
Kinda
once again.
paused, but
the
I
pair
understand
are
it.
then interrupted by Reno, a member of the Turks, who is
that nigga,
essentially...
bro, every cutscene that they had that nigga Sephiroth in, bro, was just hard as fuck. No dick eating. It might be a little bit of dick eating. I'm gonna keep it a bean buck with you, but hey,
most elite and
if y'all
deadly
niggas
task
played it, bro, I'm
force,
telling you, I'll
Reno
probably say the
and
same
Cloud
shit.
clash. But before Cloud can take out Reno, the ghosts show up again and drag Cloud and Aerith out of harm's way. I've had it with these ghosts in this game. Aerith and Cloud make it to Aerith's home in the sector.
Nigga, don't blur that shit out. Nigga, say what you gotta say, nigga. I had it up to these motherfucking ghosts with these motherfucking game. Say
5 slums, where Cloud agrees to help Aerith tackle,
I know he's probably monetized, bro. He gotta get his
more
bag.
odd
I get
jobs. On their way back to
probably,
Aerith's
nigga, if I
house,
ever get
Cloud gets
monetized,
into
I'll
another
probably be
fight
that
with
same exact
another
way, bro.
Turk.
I gotta
Rude.
blur hella
No,
shit out,
it's
'cause I
not
be
Rude,
cussing,
that's
bro.
the guy's name. Although,
This
I guess
bald ass
he
nigga,
is also
Hitman 3
kind of
ass
rude.
nigga.
Later, at Aerith's house, Cloud meets her mother Elmira. As he tries to sneak out later in the night, Aerith catches up to him and insists that he take her with him. To get to the slums of Sector 7 from the Sector 5 slums...
Like, her vest is hard. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry for pausing it so many times. But her vest is hard, bro. It's just this dress. This shit
must
is
cut
not
through
it,
Sector
bro.
6, the underbelly of which is home to Wall Market,
shit,
a
bro.
source of
Oh my
entertainment
God.
for many on
I
both the
remember I was in
bottom
the- bro, I
and
remember I
top
was in the
of
party.
Midgar.
I
On
was
this
sharing
journey,
my
Aerith
screen. I remember I was in the party. I was sharing my screen, bro. And fucking Cedric and DeAndre were watching this shit, bro. And this shit was hilarious, bro. Fucking, bro. There was so many, like, there was so much weird shit. I had a feeling when I walked into it, bro, the aura that I was getting was just gay. And and I know that sounds bad, but regardless, that's how I was feeling. I was like, bro, something's finna happen to where something in this shit is just gay. I don't know what it is, but I was just seeing too many dudes. I was seeing too many dudes, right? Too many hearts, too many colors, too many dudes. And something was bringing in my brain, bro.
Notes that Cloud reminds her of
they don't
another
show that
Shinra
fucking-
soldier she used to know. But before that story thread can be expanded upon any further, the pair run in.
Wait.
Soldier she used to know. On this journey, Aerith notes that Cloud reminds her of another Shinra soldier she used to know. But before that story thread can be expanded upon any further, the pair run into...
She reminds us of a different... Could Aerith be talking about Zack? Zack is that dude, the black-haired dude that was behind me when Crisis Core was behind me. He's the dude that had the sword that was standing in the middle. That's who Zack is. That's what that game is. It's explaining his whole story. Which Zack came before Cloud, by the way.
Tifa has...
Damn, like, bro, hold on.
That story thread
Tifa,
can be
bro,
expanded upon
when
any
she was
further.
showed
The
right
pair
here,
run into Tifa.
Like, bro, fuck.
Tifa has come to Sector 6 to investigate Don Corneo, the mob boss that runs Wall Market, and has been asking around about Avalanche. Tifa is going to
There's
attempt
no
to
way. I don't
lure
give a damn if y'all niggas pick Aerith over
Don
Tifa.
in
Bro,
a pageant, which is a really
y'all got some shitty
pleasant
taste.
way
I'm gonna
of
keep it a bean
describing
buck with
that
you, bro. I
plan.
don't give a damn.
Aerith wishes
Y'all
to
got
help
shitty
Tifa
taste.
by also entering, and after a series of challenges, secures a sponsorship from Madame M, one of the pageant's benefactors. However, during these challenges, Cloud catches the eye of another benefactor, Andrea Rodea, who then, after a dance-off, gives Cloud a makeover and submits him as his entry. Now, all 3 entrants are there to gain intel on Don Corneo. Corneo only has eyes for Cloud, but the 3 are ultimately able to corner the Don in his bedroom. After interrogation, Don Corneo reveals that he knows what Shinra plans to do about Avalanche. The corporation is going to drop the entirety of...
Damn, bro, it was 6 minutes in, and this nigga, he didn't, this is a good ass recapper. I know, I'm getting my recap, and this is already close to the end of the game. This is insane. I mean, I'm only getting to the end of I don't know what the fuck, because we're not even halfway. I'm only getting to the end of the game, and I'm leaving it at that. If he starts explaining some shit about later on or whatever, like...
of Sector 7
I'm not
on
hearing
the slums below it, and blame...
What'd he say?
Corporation is going to drop the entirety of Sector 7 on the slums below it, and blame the devastation on Avalanche, as well as the nation of Wutai, a foreign power that is hostile to Midgar and is helping bankroll the freedom fighters. The trio attempt to escape to relay this information to the rest of the group, but Don Corneo opens up a trapdoor, dropping them into the sewers. The trio fight through a slew of monsters to escape the sewers, exiting into an infamously haunted train yard. While there, they manage to tap into the Turks' comms via an old radio, a conversation between Rude and Reno confirming the Don's intel. When they finally get back to the Sector 7 slums, Avalanche is engaged in a firefight with Shinra helicopters, encircling the pillar that holds up the plate above. Aerith is tasked with heading to 7th Heaven in order to protect Barrett's daughter Marlene. However, she runs into the leader of the Turks.
This shit, I didn't know who the fuck, I don't know who the fuck this dude is, and why Aerith was kind of saying that she knew him, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Who threatens
to and I really feel like that might be some shit that I end up learning.
To kill,
because I seen the trailer of I seen the trailer of Crisis Core, and Aerith was in there. I don't know. I was looking at my phone, and I was just like, I was going back up and down at it, and I looked up, and Aerith was in the fucking game or anything. So I didn't know what the fuck I didn't know what her like relevance of it. She was just looking up into the screen, I think, or some shit, and I didn't know what the fuck it was, and I was like, oh shit, she's in the game.
Marlene if Aerith doesn't return to Shinra with him.
Wait, so if she's in the game, when she told Cloud just a second ago that you remind me, it had to be probably about Zack or shit, maybe about somebody, or maybe about somebody else that's in the game. I don't know. It might be a different Shinra soldier. I don't know. But shit, then she could be talking about Zack. I didn't know that when I was playing this shit.
Why in a bit. Back at the pillar, Cloud and Tifa find both Jesse and Biggs mortally wounded. At the top, they help Barrett face down Rude and Reno right before the ghosts show up once again to do some meddling. They tragically hold Wedge in place, preventing him from escaping as Sector 7 comes crashing down.
I thought that what's crazy is, right? You would think that this nigga would be dead from this shit.
And then this cat thing shows up. Cloud, Tifa, and Barrett mourn the losses of Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge as they travel to Aerith's house, where Marlene is safe and sound under the watchful eye of Elmira. Aerith has indeed been taken in by the Turks. Elmira then explains why Shinra wants Aerith. She's the last of the Ancients, a race of magical beings that were the dominant species on Earth before humans. Elmira is Aerith's adoptive mother, having taken her in after the death of her real mother. Shinra believes that Aerith knows the way to an infinite source of Mako thanks to her legendary lineage. You can imagine why that would be something it'd want to find. The trio leaves Marlene in Elmira's custody before returning to the devastated Sector 7 slums to help those that remain. As they do so, they discover a secret Shinra lab where, surprise, Wedge is alive. As they rescue him, the ghosts show up once again to pull all four of them out. Elmira gets another adopted child as the gang leaves Wedge in her care while he recovers. The team then plans to break into Shinra headquarters and save Aerith. Only problem is Midgar is essentially on lockdown after the collapse of Sector 7. The group reluctantly decides to try and get assistance from the one person they know that could help them get topside, Don Corneo.
Hold on, bro. This fucking DoorDasher is calling me, bro. Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
I'm sorry, what's your building number? Okay. We're almost there. Thank you. Bye.
I swear with DoorDashers, bro, like, these niggas be pissing me off. I get it, bro. She's probably a nice lady or whatever. But she asked what the fucking building number was, bro. In my ad, I literally have what building it says, bro. Like, do they not get I don't know how DoorDash works, but do they not get
when they
the fucking address? Are they just told to go to this place and free ticket?
Arrive at his mansion, they find it ransacked. As one of his remaining henchmen explains, Shinra retaliated after learning that the Don leaked its...
I thought this was a Dante at first. I'm gonna keep you a beanbug. I was like, oh shit, Dante!
Plan to Avalanche. They learn that Corneo fled into the very same sewers that he trapped the group in previously. The trio once again descend into the depths, aided by one of Corneo's assistants, Leslie, who only joined up with the Don to get close enough to him to take him out, after he claimed Leslie's fiancée for himself. Leslie gets ahead of...
That shit was crazy, bro. That shit was, when that nigga told me, I was like, I felt bad for this nigga, bro. This horny freak ass, fat ass dude, bro, claimed your fiancée just because he has the power to do that, bro. And you don't even know what the hell he did with her, bro. And she can do nothing, bro. Like, bro, I felt bad for this nigga
the
so
group
much,
and
bro.
finds Corneo pulling a gun on him, but the Don easily disarms.
But then he gets shitted on then he got shitted on like this. I was like, bro, you have a gun and you going against this fathead dude, bro.
His former henchman. Because he can't keep his trap shut, Corneo reveals that Shinra intends to scrap the entirety of Midgar to set up a new base of operations in the Promised Land, the hidden location of the infinite source of Mako, and that Corneo revealing its Sector 7 plans to Avalanche cost him his ticket out of the city. A giant beast that dwells in the sewers known as Abzu shows up, allowing the Don to escape. The heroes face down the creature before Leslie plans to give chase to Corneo. Tifa stresses that Leslie should let go of his revenge, and instead put that energy toward finding out what happened to his fiancée and find out if she's even still alive, which, probably should have been something he'd attempted from the start. Leslie thanks the group and gives them grappling hooks to help them get up to the top side of Midgar.
These motherfuckers was lifesavers,
down
by the way.
horde after horde of Shinra baddies on their journey upward, the group eventually successfully facing down horde after horde of Shinra baddies on their journey upward. The group
he's talking about like evil, but I thought this nigga was talking about like Shinra, like bad
eventually
dudes, you know?
successfully infiltrates the evil corporation's headquarters. But they're not the only ones that have made it there. Sephiroth has arrived, and in the flesh, not just in Cloud's visions. After making their way through the building, our heroes are able to get their hands on Professor Hojo, Shinra's resident evil scientist, and force him to take them to his laboratory where he's keeping Aerith. They rescue their friend, as well as Red 13, a talking...
Bro, this nigga, when he got introduced, bro, into here, I was like, at first I was like, who the fuck is he? But his voice actor sounds clean as fuck. I fuck with Red, bro.
That is the result of one of Hojo's experiments. The party licks their wounds in a room that used to act as an apartment for Aerith and her real mother Ifalna, before they escaped and Ifalna left Aerith in Elmira's care. Aerith reveals that the real name...
Excuse me, what? I'm sorry. My nigga, hold on, you have to slow down, bro.
He licks their wounds in a room that used to act as an apartment for Aerith and her real mother Ifalna, before they...
Oh, if is the... Okay. I was like... Because when he said that shit, I thought he was speaking like some different fucking language. I'm not gonna lie.
They escaped and Ifalna left Aerith in Elmira's care. Aerith reveals that the real name for her race, the Ancients, is actually the Cetra, and that Shinra had been trying to find the location of the Promised Land from her and Ifalna for quite some time. Aerith reveals to her allies that she has no idea how to find it. The ghosts are back, and it's at this moment we get a little insight into what the hell they actually are. Red 13, for some reason, has the intel, and reveals that the ghosts are whispers that are trying to correct the course of the story, with the intention of pushing Aerith in particular in a specific direction. You see, the whispers have arrived at key moments in the game that have deviated from the plot of the original. They caused Jessie to hurt her ankle before heading into the Sector 5 reactor, a mission she planned to undertake but never did. In the 1997 iteration, they prevented Cloud from taking out Reno at the end of their first fight, a battle that never took place in the original game. Basically, anytime Remake deviates from the storyline of the original Final Fantasy VII, the Whispers have showed up to try and get it back.
Oh. So Remake is like... This shit different than the actual story. So I bet you niggas who played Final Fantasy VII, the actual normal game, when they was seeing this shit, they was probably jumping out they draws. Cause I thought this shit, like this whole time, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So in the actual game, like in this part right here, in the actual game, Cloud beats that nigga and like, what, does he kill him? Or I'm guessing, or just defeats him like fully. In the normal story, Jessie ends up going to go get the fucking reactor by her damn self. I don't know if she fails or not, but she ends up going to go get the reactor. So, and the rest of the story continues off of Remake. That is hard as fuck.
On its destined track, before being able to ponder too much on the Whisper.
Oh my, I wish I would've... Bro, I wish I knew about Final Fantasy VII like a long time ago. That way I could be able to play those games and then like, you know... But fuck, bro, that shit would have been so hard. It's hard just me like for me just to even like think about just how that would be for those people who have.
The gang get a call from Wedge, who informs them that Avalanche.
Hold on, y'all, my food here. I'll be back. Shout out to Whataburger. Whataburger's I don't give a damn what y'all say. Whataburger's was the most reliable and best fast food place ever. If you say otherwise, then I'm gonna suspect that you don't live in Texas. Because if you live in Texas, you know Whataburger is the most reliable and sufficient fast food place ever. Like I said, open 24 hours, always good. They'll hold you maybe like once every month, maybe, rarely. They got good ass fries, top 3 fries for sure. If not, you could even say that they're the best. They're the best to me. Feel me? You know?
Is sending a helicopter to pick them up from the roof. The group make their way there, coming across a room with a large chamber as they do so. In the center, the decrepit body of a woman is connected to all the machinery around it. Aerith reveals the name of the woman is Genova, which triggers yet another Sephiroth vision for Cloud. But wait, Sephiroth is actually there! He destroys the catwalk the group is standing on, causing them to fall to the bottom of the containment structure. Red 13, cementing himself as the resident explainer of just what the hell is going on, reveals that all of the creatures and contraptions that Cloud and the gang have had to face down over the course of the game have been the results of Hojo's experimentations with Genova. The group fight their way through more of these experiments and eventually get back to Genova's chamber, but her body is gone, a trail of purple liquid leading from where she was being held. The trail leads to the Shinra president's office, and the gang finds the old man hanging off the side of his helipad. Barrett agrees to rescue him.
Upgrade to Google Fiber and pay one simple bill every month.
I didn't even know that was even a woman's body. I know Sephiroth said mother, but I was like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? You know, on me, I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. This nigga was yapping to me.
About extra fees, like installation.
Taken care of.
In return for clearing Avalanche's name, but once on solid ground, the president pulls a gun on his savior. The moment is interrupted by Sephiroth, who not only takes out President Shinra, but Barrett too. However, since Barrett doesn't die here in the original game, the Whispers show up and revive him. Sephiroth disappears with Genova's body as the Avalanche.
Oh. So that's what he was holding, and was the mother's body.
Him. Sephiroth.
I didn't know what he was holding, bro. Oh, now I see it.
Disappears with Genova's body as the Avalanche helicopter shows up outside. Okay. Unfortunately, that helicopter gets taken out by the Turks, who arrive with Vice President Rufus Shinra, the now deceased president's son, and now the new president of Shinra. He faces off against Cloud before jumping back into the safety of his helicopter and taking out the helipad. Fortunately, Tifa is there to save Cloud before he falls to his death, which would have really required a lot of heavy lifting from the Whispers if that were to have happened. Barrett, Aerith, and Red 13 are looking for a new way out of Shinra HQ. Wedge shows up to help them, but the Whispers show up to throw him out of a window, dead set on making sure that Wedge dies like he does in the original game. His fate is, however, left a mystery to the players. As Barrett...
Wait, this nigga was thrown out the window for them niggas to try to kill him? Because he died in the original story? Dead ass? Bro, dead ass? I didn't know that. I thought this nigga was like, bro, what? This nigga was thrown out of the window. And them niggas was trying to kill him off. He said, all right, you survived. Like, they said, really, you survived this, but nigga, you supposed to be dead. So we're gonna make sure you're dead.
Aerith and Red.
Nigga said it's mystery. Nigga, he's dead. It's a side character who's really not even that important. He's dead. There's no way that actually, no, hold on. I think at the end, I gotta remember.
Becomes surrounded by Shinra forces. Cloud shows up on his bike, while Tifa picks the trio up in the back of a van, and our heroes break out onto the freeway. Once they leave Shinra's forces in the dust, Sephiroth appears once again. This is when things get nutty. The Whispers begin to swarm the group, initiating a vision of Zack Fair, a man dressed incredibly similar to Cloud.
This is the nigga who we're playing as, by the way, in The game we're gonna play.
Holding the same sword. We will have a whole video coming soon on Zack for you to learn everything you need to know about him.
I'm not watching it, bro.
Very important to the story of Final Fantasy VII. Sephiroth opens up a portal among the swirling whispers and beckons Cloud to follow him into it. Aerith stands between the portal and the rest of the group, warning them that if they give chase to Sephiroth, they will be untethering themselves from the fated timeline. The group ultimately decides to step through the portal, where they encounter whisper after whisper, trying to prevent them from changing fate. As they do so, they get glimpses of that fated future. They ultimately came face to face with the man himself, with Cloud seemingly
go back. You see how
of that fated
angelic this
future.
nigga looks?
They ultimately came face.
I don't give a damn if you want to call it Dickie. Bro, look at this nigga, bro. Nigga, this nigga looks angelic as fuck, bro.
And himself, with Cloud seemingly delivering the final blow against him.
Were so
this
hard,
act
bro.
pulls him into a swirling cosmos, where Sephiroth also appears, revealing that their actions have finally unwritten the once destined future. Sephiroth asks that Cloud join him in writing a new future, but as you can imagine, our boy is not down for such an offer. The pair square off yet again, with Sephiroth ultimately disarming his former protege. However, Sephiroth refuses to kill Cloud, seemingly curious.
His former protege. I'm guessing we're gonna find out what the hell that is, like more about that backstory in this game.
Just to see what he does in this now uncertain future. We then get to see glimpses of what is possible in this new reality, revealing that Biggs, who also died in the first game, actually survived the collapsing of Sector 7, with hints that Jesse might be alive as well. Undoing Destiny has seemingly also altered the past, as we get shots of Zack, who originally died in the lead up to the original game, now having survived his previously final moments. The game ends with the group stepping out into the open world that will serve as the setting for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, an ocean of limitless possibilities now awaiting them. However, we're not done yet. Remake got a DLC story expansion titled Intermission, and consider
I haven't even played this shit. Oh shit. Maybe I won't need to.
Considering it sets up key characters that will appear in Rebirth, it'd be best to quickly run through those plot beats as well. The events of Intermission primarily take place during the middle of the game, during the events of Cloud, Aerith, and Tifa's time in Wall Market when they first encounter Don Corneo. The DLC focuses around Yuffie, the daughter of the leader of Wutai, who has been tasked with infiltrating the floating city and stealing materia from Shinra. Materia, for those unfamiliar, are basically crystallized Mako that can grant its users powers. In Remake, they functioned as a way for the player to modify the character's abilities. Yuffie is accompanied by her father's right-hand man, Sonon, and the pair meet up with the real Avalanche, not Barrett's Splinter Group, who are assisting them with the mission. Yuffie and Sonon acquire ID cards to get into Shinra HQ, whilst also overhearing rumblings of something about to go down in Sector 7. I wonder what that could be. Sonon and Yuffie get into the headquarters undercover, before being discovered by the head of Shinra's weapons department and the person in charge of materia development. The pair defeat the director's prototypes, but ultimately discover that the materia they plan to steal is non-functional. They also learn about Shinra's plans to drop Sector 7 on the slums below it. The two then have to face off against Nero the Sable, the leader of an elite squadron of Shinra's forces. Nero tragically kills Sonon, but Yuffie manages to escape, just in time to witness the collapse of the Sector 7 plate. Bummer. As Yuffie retreats from Midgar, she vows to take revenge on Shinra and to find like-minded warriors who can aid her in her quest. We then get yet another moment with Zack, who has arrived at the church in Sector 5, where Cloud had his first fight with Reno. The church is filled with refugees of Sector 7, but Zack is there looking for one person in particular, Aerith. And that is the entire recap of the story of Final Fantasy VII Remake and Intermission to prep you for the release of FF7 Rebirth. As I mentioned, we'll have a video dedicated to Zack, the star of the Final Fantasy VII prequel Crisis Core, and an integral character to the overarching story.
That shit, bro, this shit was so... This right here that's showing on the screen, bro, this shit was like so hard, because me knowing who Zack was, but like, even though I didn't know exactly what the fuck was going on, like them passing and shit, this shit was so emotional, bro. I was like, damn. Like this is what made me want to play this game even more when I found out that this game existed. As soon as I found out this game existed, I thought back to here and I was like, bro, there's probably some deep shit going on with when it comes to Zack. Like some storyline that is harder than Remake. But
as well as understanding what Sephiroth's whole deal is. But that's not all. We have a whole heap of content dropping in the lead up to the launch of the game on February 29th, as well as a ton of stuff that will be waiting.
Wait, hold on. I want to see something.
And Zack is there, looking for one person.
Who is this? Who the fuck is this?
In particular, Aerith. And that is the
Wait, maybe we find out in Rebirth. Because this game is for right before Rebirth. Maybe we find out. Because I think, is Zack in Rebirth? I mean, I know he's on the cover. But
entire recap of the story of Final Fantasy VII Remake and Intermission.
Wait, hold on.
The player. Thing you need to know yourself. With Cloud yet again alive as well.
My fault,
Undoing
but
Destiny has seemingly also altered the past world expansion titled Intermission, and considering it sets up key characters that will appear in Rebirth, it'd be best to quickly run through those plot beats as well. The events of Intermission primarily take place during the middle of the game, during the events of Cloud, Aerith, and Tifa's time in Wall Market when they first encountered Don Corneo. The DLC focuses around Yuffie, the daughter of the leader of Wutai, who has been tasked with infiltrating the floating city and stealing materia from Shinra. Materia, for those unfamiliar, are basically crystallized Mako that can grant its users powers. In Remake, they functioned as a way for the player to modify the character's abilities. Yuffie is accompanied by her father's right-hand man, Sonon, and the pair meet up with the real Avalanche, not Barrett's Splinter Group, who are assisting them with the mission.
So something I just wanted to... I'm trying to find out exactly who the fuck and what the fuck is Wutai.
He and Sonon acquire ID cards to get into Shinra HQ, whilst also overhearing rumblings of something about to go down in Sector 7. I wonder what that could be. Sonon and Yuffie get into the headquarters undercover, before being discovered by the head of Shinra's weapons department and the person in charge of materia.
Okay. So that is basically the whole gist of that or whatever. Okay. Whenever the next video, I'm pretty sure, even though I dropped this video, the next videos to come out will be those 2 Batman videos. Whenever those 2 Batman videos come out, of course, I'm still playing Detroit. Okay, so I'm just saying that there's gonna be 2 Batman videos that come out. Okay. In those 2 Batman videos, if I'm talking about anything that has to do with Detroit gonna be the next video coming out or something like that, whatever, do not listen to me, because at that time I didn't have Final Fantasy VII download. Like, I downloaded again. It was in that deleted stage, you know, of me playing it. I played the first part, but I didn't finish it in that point in time or whatever. Yeah, there's those 2 videos that come out. Now, after those 2 videos come out, the only reason why I'm saying these 2 videos are a key major thing is because those 2 videos were made. Well, I'm sorry. One of those Batman videos is made before my mic broke, so I still have my old mic, and that other video was made. It's just taking a while because I just haven't edited. I'm gonna be real with you, I'm procrastinating. I'm gonna keep it real with you. But yeah, so those 2 videos are gonna come out. Now, after those 2 videos, I'm not gonna say exactly what video may come out, because I don't know if I'm gonna play a Detroit video. I don't know if because I'm ready to get into this game, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm ready to get into this game, bro. I'm ready to share this game. I'm ready, especially Crisis Core. I want to know the backstory fully, bro. Like, I'm very invested. But yeah, this was a cool little video. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of longer than I really thought it was going to be. 50 minutes. I'm not gonna let it get to an hour. But I still gotta add some shit, so whatever. But I don't know. But yeah, be on the lookout for this game. Now that y'all know exactly what I know, and I didn't even know that DLC shit existed. I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't know that DLC shit existed. So, but now I'm glad that I know exactly what happens for that DLC and how these new characters. Because in Rebirth, she was in the trailer. That girl was in the trailer. But that's hard. Okay, I fuck with that. I fuck with that. But yeah. But I'm gonna see y'all. Okay, be on the lookout. More videos to come and stuff like that. This was a cool little video. If you need to, make sure you understand this story and what the hell happened in here before we get this. I might label this. I'm gonna label this as episode 1. That way, it's the start of the series. Okay, I'm gonna label this as episode 1. Even though there's no gameplay, it's episode 1, the recap. I'm gonna call it that. Episode 1, the recap. But I'm gonna see y'all. Y'all be cool, man. I'll fuck with y'all, bro. Peace, man. Peace.